Thank you for joining me here at the Worthington Diamond Recovery Plant. Normally at this time of the morning we would be running, we would be feeding ore into the hopper and processing it for diamonds. But we had kind of a disaster that involved, there used to be a really tall pine tree right here, and we had a storm recently that busted it off, and we'll see where that tall tree is now in just a moment. But our canna garden is all blown over, and we have some limbs down here in the yard. This is our mining carport where we take the gravel concentrates and jig it to actually extract the diamonds from the ore. Wind blew through there like a tunnel and just turned everything over. Look at all these buckets that the wind scattered. I mean, a good diamond miner's got to have a lot of 5-gallon buckets. Well, the wind just carried them all over. There's some in that ditch there. There's a white one clear over there, and there's a blue bucket up by our mining office, and there's a white bucket, and a limb from a tree blew all the way from over here up against it's that green you see on that fence. That is a limb that blew and is stuck on the fence, and there's also a black bucket over there. So a long ways away, the wind really blew and scattered things here at the Worthington Diamond Mine. But let's go around, take a look, and see what damage this tree did. It could have really shut us down. I had planned this fall to put chains on that tree and cut it and bring it down, drop it down this way, but I would have to remove some of these pipes first because I didn't want things to break. So I was going to wait till after we shut down for cold weather. I also didn't want it to land on our support here that we have holding our return water pumps. But this tree landed right over here. Here's our diamond recovery plant. If it had landed on that or on this, even if it had just taken out this one section here, we would have been shut down. We wouldn't be able to diamond mine anymore. You can't get another one of these. This was imported from South Africa, and we just wouldn't have the money to replace it. I mean, the shipping alone to get this piece, to get these items here from South Africa was $12,000, plus several $1,000s of import tax and all that. So anyway, this is a miracle it wasn't destroyed, because that tree that was right here fell this direction, and it could have totally wiped out that trailer that was sitting right there. But look how close it came to the trailer without touching it. I mean, it might be touching right against the wheel, but it could have just crumbled this. This is really a huge and heavy dead pine tree. I think the pine borers got in and ruined it. Part of what helped direct this tree to land where it did was the oak tree that's here. There's a broken oak limb, but here right by our diamond discovery plant is this huge oak tree we use for shade in the summer, and it broke out one of the limbs. As that came down, that limb helped direct it. So anyway, I'm gonna have to cut all that up. This plywood was up here covering our hopper. We don't like things to fall in the hopper when we're not running, so I cover it. And so that blew off of there along with these other branches. But anyway, we've got all this mess to clean up, but it's miraculous. It did not destroy our diamond recovery plant. It did not destroy this trailer. Oh, I just noticed it did catch the corner here and bend that. It did bend the trailer just a little, but it did not demolish this trailer like it could have. So I think we'll be all right, because it only, that limb hit it, and that's all. Good news, it did not land on the excavator. The other good news, it did not take out our power line. So let's go over and take a look at the electrical power going to the plant. I wouldn't want to have to replace it. So originally we had this power pole and power going over to the office, but when we had this plant installed, we had to bring in and have a separate meter for it. And we have the power goes overhead to here and then underground from here all the way to the electrical that operates the plant. So since it went underground, we didn't lose any power. If it had been over just a little bit more, it could have taken out this pole and the wire going to it. It could have wiped out that whole meter set, and that would be on me, not on the electric company. I had to buy this pole and meter set and hire a master electrician to wire it. So anyhow, we have pieces of this tree that's all the way out here that needs to be picked up and cleaned up before we can operate. And this is going to be quite a project. Really, there's a lot of devastation here, but it could have been worse. It could have shut us down. This way, you know, get in and work hard and clean it up, and we'll be running again hopefully tomorrow. But it could have been shut down to where we would never run again. But anyway, I'm grateful the damage wasn't worse, and glad that tree's finally down. I was planning to cut it down and drop it the other direction, but since it came this way, this is about the best possible place it could have landed. It did knock over this gravel pump, but I can just stand that back up. I don't think we've lost anything there, so stand that up. Now, it did break this pipe that drains from here on, but I'm an old plumber and I can fix that. I've got some scrap pipe and get a couple of couplings and just replace that. Really, that's no big deal at all. It's just plastic pipe. So anyhow, I think we can get things fixed and up and running again, but not running the plant today. We've got some work to do.